Yes, we're standing in front of an impressive wall of, well, I guess Tamriel weapons, and we've caught up here with the lead designer on the next expansion or the first expansion for Skyrim. Finally, we get some new content, but although I haven't really run out of content yet with Skyrim. But could you just tell us briefly what is Dawnguard all about, and what does it bring to the experience?
So Dawnguard allows you to play as a vampire, and you get this new form, a vampire lord form, and we get to tell the story of the vampires in Skyrim and really add to the world. And their motivations are they're trying to block out the sun and end the tyranny of the sun. So you can join them, become a vampire, and do that, or you can join the Dawnguard, a group of vampire hunters, and try and stop them.
Because I had some vampire problems in Oblivion, because I got to be a vampire, and it wasn't always the best experience for me personally. I tried to get rid of it, but sort of, is that why you want to do it in an expansion, to sort of be able to craft the experience more focused on being a vampire or fighting vampires?
Yeah, exactly. So we looked at the game and said, you know, what can we add to it and make it better? So we added a lot of improvements, and then we picked one area that we thought, oh, we could do a really good story around vampires. So that's the focus of Dawnguard, and we wanted to bring it out in a really big way.
So in terms of like new content other than just that sort of story angle, what new things will players experience?
So we added a new perk tree for vampires, so you get all new abilities. And we thought, you know, the fans really like playing as werewolves too, so we added a whole new perk tree for werewolves as well, so they can play at higher levels and level a lot better. We also added new weapons, new spells. You can craft your own dragon bone weapons now. We added crossbows, which is a whole new weapon type. We threw in something that the fans wanted. They wanted to change their appearance, so we added a guy in the Thieves Guild who can change how you look. There's a whole lot of new stuff. Some high-level dragons, we added those into the world. So we tried to improve Skyrim and tell this really great story about vampires.
So those high-level dragons, what kind of difference do they bring to sort of a dragon encounter?
So they're a lot more difficult, and you fight some new and unique dragons in Dawnguard. One of them is trapped in Soulcairn, and he's been turned into a keeper of Soulcairn, and he has a new shout. And you can learn this shout that is able to, you know, rip out the souls of your enemies and then turn them into undead and let them fight for you. So there's a lot of really cool new things.
So that's a new shout. Are there other new shouts in there?
There's a few new shouts and a lot of new magic. Most of that goes into the Vampire Lord form. You can turn into bats and teleport around. You can use Vampiric Grip and pick up your enemies and drain their health and then throw them off into the sky. And you know, there's a lot of new stuff like that.
So you can play through everything in Skyrim as a vampire then, or is it like set on the side, or?
Yeah, so the Dawnguard expansion is seamlessly integrated. It's just new areas in the game, a whole new quest line, and you can start the quest when you're level 10. That's kind of the gate to get into it, and you can play as a vampire for any of the other storylines in Skyrim. Use your old character, start a new one, all that.
Sounds like I might have to start a new one then.
Yeah, you know, either way you want. It'll work with your old character. You can make a whole new one. Just play the vampires. Try out anything.
All right. So, in terms of like the size of this expansion, are you sort of, what can you compare it to? Like, if you compare it to like previous Bethesda games where you brought up the DLC in the past?
So if you look at the DLC we did for Fallout 3, we wanted to do something that was a bit longer and had more depth to it, so it's a little bit bigger than those, which is, you know, why we're, you know, showing it now. Here's this big expansion to Skyrim. And it'll take you about 10 to 20 hours probably to get through the main story, but there's a lot of additional side content you can do as well.
And is the plan to bring out similar size things, or will there be smaller DLC in the future, or how do you see that?
So right now we're all focused on finishing up Dawnguard, and we're, you know, really excited about it. It's been really fun and it's doing really well for us. So we're going to look in doing other DLC, maybe various sizes. We're not sure yet, but we want to do more, definitely.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.